Good morning, guys. How are we doing? It's the 26th of February 2021 and the sun is shining. It's blue sky out there. It looks amazing, and there are whisperings that a certain person to my left might just be going outside to start some work on the garden furniture today. He might be. He might be. We'll see, because it's also shopping day, so we kind of need to go and do that. But, you know, it is what it is. Anywho, earlier this morning, I'm going around Pinterest. It's part of what I'm wanting to do is you know, one of the things I suppose they call it zero waste these days. I am looking to go back to basics, is what I'm calling it, because that's what it is, you know. Not buying things that are unnecessary, not buying things that can't be composted or recycled or whatever, and just, you know, sure, okay, so the cloths need to go in the wash more often. So what? I'm not bothered by that. That doesn't bother me in the slightest, you know, that kind of thing. What bothers me is that you now have a generation of people, okay, who are spending half their lives, and I'm not going to lie, because it must be half their lives, making alternatives to things like kitchen roll or bench wipes, or, you know, that kind of thing. And I'm sitting there and I'm going, but isn't it just a cloth? I know it's fancy, but at the end of the day, it's just a cloth. Except some of them have got press studs on them so that they can make a roll of them. Or, you know, they're pre-wetted. And I'm like, surely that kind of goes against the whole thing. I'm just saying, you're looking to make your life easier. You're looking to make zero waste. So just buy or make, if you must make them, material cloths. Just buy the fabric and put an edge around it. It's not that hard. You know, I remember when I was a kid, Mum was still cutting up my old clothes to make in rags for dusting rags. That was it, you know. So I'm like, I don't personally get it. I don't get it. I don't get having to make, create or buy 30 different types of cloths for 30 different types of jobs when all you need is the one cloth. And you can just do the thing. Because the other thing is storage. And if you're people like me, or like us, who don't have a lot of room for 30 different types of cloths, you're just going to have the one cloth to do all of the jobs. Or two cloths. You got a scrubby cloth and a not so scrubby cloth. And that's kind of it. I'm not going to lie, the whole thing frustrates me somewhat. I understand that in places like America and Australia, you've got a lot more room in your homes. Places like the UK or little island nations, you know, we don't have that much room. And again, if you're a person who chooses to live in a tiny house, you don't have the space for 30 different types of cloths, you just got one cloth. And I get it's Pinterest, and I get it's a certain type of people who are trying to do this stuff. But it's less than 1% of the people who actually do it. It's got to be. You can't all be doing it. I'm not doing it. There's no way I'm doing it. You know, I'm not going to sit there for hours on end putting press studs on some cloth so I can wrap around a kitchen roll holder. It's not going to happen. I've got one drawer that has the cloths on one side and it's got the tea towels on the other side. And that's just all we need. It's all anybody needs. You don't have to have all of the things. You don't have to have a million different stuff. If it's to do with makeup wipes and stuff like that, I kind of get it. But I've only ever used a face cloth. And there was a time, from the time I was 18 to the time that I was 36, that I was having to be immaculate. And I mean, by immaculate, I mean my hair was done twice a week. My makeup was done by a professional, and my nails were done once a week as well, sometimes twice. So, you know, that was the way it went. And that's what it had to be. But, you know, I just think even then, all I used was a face cloth. Face cloth, guys. Face cloth. All these scrubbies and, you know, makeup pads and all of this kind of stuff. Again, it's just stuff. It takes up room. It's just, you're not gaining from it. You're not. You're really not. Face cloths in our house were colour coded though. And there were ones that were used for household use, personal use, and there were ones that were used for bathroom use. And they were not to be used for personal use. So like for makeup and stuff like that. So, you know, you can do it. You just, I mean, yes, there's going to be some of you there, but I just think it's buying into a whole world of, it's still buying into the whole consumerism thing, and I think it's still buying into that we must have something for every job kind of thing, which again is a whole consumerism, capitalism, must have the things thing, which surely the whole zero waste point is, you don't do that. I'm just saying, you know? I'm just saying. Anywho, I'm going to go. Because I have cloths to wash. They need to be washed. They're getting manky. But, I mean, what I used to do, what I should be doing now, which we haven't been doing because obviously we're not on top of things as much as we should be, is all the cloths and tea towels that we used in that day used to go into a mop bucket. They used to go in there with some nappy soaker, and then they would go in the wash first thing in the morning, and be washed, cleaned and ready to go. So yeah, it's not that hard. It really isn't. Even if you have enough to get you through the week, you know, not that hard. And it's cheap. It's cheap. Promise. Anywho, I'm gonna go. I love you guys heaps. Take it easy. Look after yourselves. And don't do things just because they're there. Don't buy into it. Don't. Seriously, it's not necessary. It really, really isn't. Love you heaps. Bye-bye.